Welcome back to part 13 of my Alliance 1 to 60 leveling guide. We left off at level 42 on our way to Stormwind. Good news guys, we are halfway. We are almost there. Only halfway. The first step in Stormwind is to train your level 42 abilities if you need to. I recommend you hold out if you still don't have your mount. Then head to the trade district and set Stormwind as your hearthstone location. Next, make your way to the mage quarter and head into the tavern there. We grabbed a quest from here a long time ago, so you should remember where this tavern is. Inside the tavern, talk to Angus Stern and take the quest A Meal Served Cold. This is a timed quest, so once you accept it, we gotta move quickly. Head to the flight path and then fly to Booty Bay.
King's honor, friend. Light bless you.
When you land, go into the Booty Bay Tavern. Turn in the quest Dream Dust in the Swamp. Accept rumors for Cravel follow-up. Then next to that Goblin, take the quest Skull Splitter Tusks.
Talk to me. Keep it real.
Then head up the stairs and talk to the Tauren. Turn in Sunken Treasure and accept the follow-up. Head down to the middle floor of the tavern and talk to Catelyn for the quest Pretty Boy Duncan.
Hello. Be careful.
Then on the bottom floor, talk to Crank Fizzlebub for the quest Venture Company Mining.
Right back. Can I help you?
Next, we will head out of the tavern to the leatherworking shop. And there we will take the quest Excelsior. Then the house right behind the hanging fish on the main docks of Booty Bay. Go inside it and grab the quest Scaring Shaky.
Greetings. See you around.
Then down the pier a bit, talk to First Mate Kraz for the quest The Bloodsail Buccaneers.
Yo.
And then lastly go to the Booty Bay Bank. Outside of it, take the quest Accurus by the Bundle.
Yo.
Then from the bank, you should now take out your Green Hills of Stranglethorn pages. There's a lot of quests we didn't grab here yet, simply because we don't need them, and our quest log is crying painfully right now. So that's all we need to do right now in Booty Bay. Hopefully you did that quickly, as we're still on the clock for A Meal Served Cold. So the next task is to run north out of Booty Bay. You should hopefully still have Raptor Mastery, as I tried to warn you not to abandon it. Follow the road north until you get to the large gates near the Gurubashi Arena. After you pass through the gates here, go west off of the road into the hills. You should find a trail leading towards the coast. Once you start seeing raptors, if you still have the Raptor Mastery quest in your quest log, we can start killing them. We got this Raptor Mastery quest at level 35. You may have dropped it to keep your quest log spacious, so my bad, I didn't clearly say that we needed to keep it. If you don't have it still, don't worry, you can pick it up and do this quest in a bit. Your top priority here is to kill a basilisk and loot a chilled basilisk haunch. The basilisks spawn north around the high hills and on the coast, so clear through the raptors to get to the basilisks. Pay attention to the quest timer. Once we get the haunch from the basilisks, we will hearth back to Stormwind to turn it in, but if you have enough time, you should be able to kill all 10 raptors you need for Raptor Mastery. So when you have the chilled haunch, and either you finish Raptor Mastery or your timer gets low, hearth back to Stormwind. In Stormwind, quickly run back to the Mage District and then south into the tavern where we grabbed the quest so we can turn it in. For nearly 5,000 experience and more importantly 1 gold and 50 silver. Screw anybody who says doing that quest is not worth it. Then head to Stormwind Flight Path and we'll be flying to Darkshire Duskwood.
What can I do for you? Or the Alliance?
As you're heading on the flight path, if you mailed any tiger meat to your mailing alt, now's a great time to mail it back. We'll be heading to the rebel camp, which is the easiest place to cook tiger meat for jungle stew for more money. And when you land in Darkshire, I've got some great news! We're doing the run to Northern STV again. Hooray! Follow the Duskwood Road until you make it back to Stranglethorn Vale. Then head west to the rebel camp. Note that we will be using Retaliate for multiple elites in STV, so do not use it pretty much until I say so at all for this entire zone. In the rebel camp, accept the quest Special Forces, cook up all your tiger meat, clear your bags, and then head east towards the Curzon camp. Now the last time we were here at level 33, we ran into the Western Curzon house to turn in Bookie Harad, and we accepted the follow-up, the Hidden Key. If you still have the Hidden Key in your quest log, high five! Otherwise, you're going to have to run back into the house and get the quest from the books again. And then we will be going into the eastern side of the Curzon camp. We need to kill 10 commandos and 6 head shrinkers for the quest Special Forces. The commandos are stealth, and some will be grey. We're mainly doing this quest for the follow-up. Most of the commandos you can find at the tower in the north end of the compound. The rest, as well as the head shrinkers, you'll find in the entrance of the Curzon compound cave. Just massacre the poor baby Curzon until you complete the quest. You should also use this time to make sure you have at least 1 jungle remedy from the Curzon medicine men that we will need much later in this leveling guide.
It's too far away.
Once the quest is done, run back to the rebel camp. Turn in the Special Forces quest and accept the follow-up Colonel Curzon? Colonel? It's Colonel, right? Colonel Curzon. I don't know military things. They spell them one way and they pronounce them so freaking weird. Head back to the compound. This time we need to clear our way all the way to the back of the cave. Our target is an elite. He is very, very hard to solo. So, as you go back to the camps, try looking for a party member or 2 to get him dead. Even if you are rushing to 60 at a server launch, there's a good chance at level 42, you'll start running into level 33, level 35 alliance around here, which you can group with for this quest. We really only need 1 other person to make this quest very easy. Follow the south tunnel through the cave. As it begins to make a U-turn though, you'll start finding Curzon elites and a bunch of crates stacked on the side of the cave. Kill the elites for the quest and look for a small chest on the east end of the crates. Talk to the chest to turn in the quest The Hidden Key and accept the follow-up The Spy Revealed. Then continue clearing further into the cave. In the next area, you should start finding sub-chiefs. We need to kill them as well for the quest. and we need to get up to the last room up the ramp. Inside this room you'll find Curzon, a level 40 elite, and some ads. It is possible to clear nearly all of the ads except one without pulling Curzon, but also clear the tunnel in the back. If you are here alone, you want to have a lot of room to hamstring kite this guy and reset him if you have to solo him. First, you're going to need to pull him with his ads, then burst down the ads and fear Curzon during this time, then reset him, and then start the fight again when Curzon is alone on full rage. Pop Retaliate and utilize his weird stealth ability combined with hamstring to get some distance on him and bandage yourself when it's not on cooldown. He's tough, but because of his weird stealth ability, it makes it possible for us to create gaps that allow us to bandage or reset our bandage cooldown. He is really hard to solo though, so again, try to get a group. Once he's dead, loot his head. Kill any sub-chiefs and elites you still need on your way back out of the cave.
It's too far away.
Then head back to the rebel camp. In the camp, turn in the quest Curzon and Spy Revealed at Doran. Accept the follow-up patrol schedules and turn that in nearby, then turn it in back at Doran.
Hey there. Well met.
Clear your bags, and all of that hoobly-haw should have opened up the quest from Nimitz, Curzon's Mystery. Accept that quest, and then we will be heading south back to the Nessingwari camp. In the camp, turn in Raptor Mastery and take the follow-up, and take Panther Mastery again if you don't have it, and turn in any Green Hill pages you got. Then we're going to make our way southwest up the hills, heading towards the large troll ruins of Zulkanda. Because of our level, it's possible we can bypass a lot of these trolls. We only need 2 troll legends for Curzon's Mystery in these ruins, and we don't want to dilly-dally in these ruins much on a PvP server as there are lots of horde quests in here. Clear your way along the main path west through the ruins until you see a ramp going upward. Then clear up the ramp through the trolls.
That ability isn't better.
We outlevel them, but there's a ton of them here, so it's easy to get swarmed if you aren't careful. So don't overestimate yourself as you get up the ramp.
That ability isn't better.
At the top of the ramp, go directly north, and you should see a big ol' tablet. Open the tablet for the 4th troll legend. Then go back to the ramp. The next legend is directly south of the road, so jump off the ramp and go south of the wall from the main road, and then hug it west around the ruins. The tablet we need is in the corner of the little ruined troll house here, so clear the trolls around the outside to get to the south side, then use the wall to line of sight pull any trolls in your path to get the tablet. Loot the tablet to get the third troll legend.
It's too far away.
Then jump west out of the ruins and head towards the coast of Stranglethorn Vale. Now we've got another hard elite quest to do here, Excelsior. It wants us to kill an elite crocodile on the coast. There are several of them, and it is possible to solo without retaliate. Obviously easier if it's back up from Curzon, but if not, you can still pull it off. So the hard thing about this crocodile is that he has a slow ability, Tendon Grip, that slows our movement speed. Once we're hit by it, we cannot hamstring kite him, so we're gonna have to face tank him. So either get help or be ready to play this very smart. Pop any food buffs and potion buffs you have. Then charge the crocodile and open with hamstring. Then kite him. Use the hamstring method religiously, and after you take a bit of damage, use bandage preemptively. Don't wait till you're below half HP. Do not use rend on this crocodile. If you get slowed, we have one chance at a reset, Intimidating Shout. But bleeds and damage sources will break the fear of Intimidating Shout. So we have to wait out deep wounds, and we have to make sure there's no rend on him. Then use Intimidating Shout so we can make some distance and wait for the slow debuff to wear off, bandage up, and then re-engage him. You can also avoid getting slowed when you go to reapply hamstring by using Intercept. If you use the 3-second stun window of Intercept to apply hamstring and then open the gap between you and him, this can help you to wait out the time on a bandage cooldown if he gets you low. You can also use the nifty stopwatch from Badlands if you got that to get some distance and get a full bandage off. Give it a few tries. If you can't get this, it's sad, but he's a toughie, so don't feel bad.
I can't do it yet.
Once you're done with the crocodile, swim south off the coast into the water. Towards the Vile Reef, you should find some underwater ruins with murlocs. We don't need to mess with the murlocs, we need the troll tablet on the west end of the ruins, and we can get to it without aggroing them at our level. If you do by accident, just Intimidating Shout or CC the murlocs to get the tablet. And then we'll be 3 for 4, so we need to go get the last tablet back on the coast. So swim back up and head a bit north. The last troll legend we need is in the ruins right on the beach here, in the corner of those ruins. The trolls here are gray or green, so it should be easy peasy. Make quick work of them, get to the tablet, and loot it for the first troll legend. And that ought to finish the quest Curzon mystery. So make your way back up to the rebel camp. And at the camp, you can turn in Curzon's mystery and accept the follow-up quest, Troll Witchery. This next quest cycle is very long and we want gold badly, so clear up all the bag space you can and check out your Green Hills pages. When you're ready, it's time to boogie, so head on south back into Stranglethorn Vale. Our first stop is going to be Bagthera. I'm sorry, it's another elite that you have to solo. That's life in Stranglethorn Vale. We need to kill Bagthera for Panther Mastery. Bagthera spawns on the south end of the mountains where we killed the Shadow Maw Panthers, east of Venture Cove Lake. It is possible to solo her without Retaliate. Obviously it's easier with Retaliate. So the first step to killing Bagthera is to clear around Bagthera of the tigers and panthers so you have a big place to hamstring kite. The tricky part here is the fact that there are Shadow Maw Panthers right next to Bagthera that will pull on engage. So initially you should engage Bagthera with a hamstring, then kill the panther that is next to her that breaks stealth while Bagthera is out of range, and then reset Bagthera. And then you can get full HP and buffs and then engage the boss again while she's by herself. Bagthera can put a bleed on you and an armor debuff on you. So first off, if you get the armor debuff, keep her away with hamstring until the armor debuff wears off. If you get the bleed, you just need to wait it out if you need to bandage. My kill on her here was horrible. Normally Bagthera is one of the easier elites, but I almost died because someone else had cleared the panthers, and then rather than waiting, I engaged and the panthers started respawning on me. Max range bandage, use Intimidating Shout as a reset for an easy bandage, or we can just retaliate to get this quest done quick. Obviously grouping makes this a joke, but we big boys can handle it by ourselves.
It's too far away. I don't have a target.
So once you get the Fang from Bagthera, head back onto the main road, and I promise there's no more elites for a little bit. So follow the road until it does this funky curve west, ignore the curve and run south up the hills here. You should start finding a bunch of Skull Splitter trolls. We need to kill all the trolls to get 18 Skull Splitter tusks, and we need 4 Skull Splitter fetishes from the mystics. They spawn over a wide area. Though they are our level, they are pretty easy to kill. Just utilize sweeping strikes and cleave the big groups down, and use pummel to stop the casters from doing anything annoying.
That ability isn't ready yet. Not enough data. More range.
If you do decide to clear in the troll buildings where there's more condensed mob pools, use line of sight and be wary of their fleeing mechanic. Once you get all 18 tusks and the 4 fetishes, we are done here, so just head straight south from the ruins. The area straight south is full of Stranglethorn tigresses. They're the highest level tigers in Stranglethorn Vale. They have no quest tied to them, and they drop arguably the best silver making items in this level bracket because of our ability to cook the tiger meat. These tigresses are what we will be grinding in this guide to get our level 40 mount money. You don't need to grind them excessively yet, but kill all of them that you see as we head along the eastern mountains here. You should start seeing Venture Cove goblins mining in the mountains, and we need to kill them for their singing blue crystals to complete Venture Cove mining. The goblins are tricky because they're hard to see in the mountains, they're tightly packed, and some types of the goblins are harder to kill than others. If you stick to the outside hills and ranged pull the miners, the quest will be easy, but the further into the mountains you clear, the harder it gets. So my ideal way to get this quest done is to kill the miners outside the main camp in the mountains, then rotate to the tigresses, and then catch the next wave of goblin respawns and rinse and repeat until you get all the crystals you need to finish Venture Cove mining.
That ability isn't ready yet. Not ready yet.
Another thing you should note about these goblins though is they have one of the highest green hill page drop rate in Stranglethorn Vale, so it's not that bad to grind on them a bit to try and get your chapters done.
Can't do that.
Once you have the 10 blue crystals though, head back to the main road.
It's too far away. That ability isn't ready yet.
If you didn't complete Raptor Mastery earlier, we'll be in that area now, so you can just run off the road to kill them, but we won't be killing Tethys yet, so we're just going to run south along the road. Go beyond the Guru Pashi arena walls on the south side. Then look for an opening in the eastern mountains. There are 2 openings south of the Gurubashi wall in the eastern mountains. We want to go through the second one, where we will find Elder Mistvale gorillas in Mistvale Valley.
It's too far
Start
away.
killing the gorillas here. We need 5 Mistvale giblets for the quest Scaring Shaky. The gorillas are kinda tough, but still easy to double pull for us. They also drop an item called Gorilla Fangs. These fangs are not a quest item, but they are needed to summon a quest NPC for the quest Stranglethorn Fever. We will not be doing Stranglethorn Fever quest in this guide. It's way too hard to solo, and it's almost hard to duo as well, but you can try to find a group for it if you really want to. Once you get the 5 giblets, we will go back to the road and then we will head south back to Booty Bay. We have 2 more quests to do here just outside Booty Bay, but because our bags are probably so full right now, it's better to go into Booty Bay first to turn in the quest we have done and vendor, and then move on. So inside Booty Bay, just make a right down the ramp and turn in Scaring Shaky for the follow-up return to McKinley.
What can I do?
Clear the shit out of your bags.
Greetings.
Then head onto the house up the ramp, turn in the quest Return to McKinley, and accept the quest Stoley's Debt. But don't take the follow-up Voodoo Dues. We can technically do it now, but it's a bit troublesome for warriors at this level, and we'll be back here at around level 46 to finish up the last hard quests anyway, so it's easier to put some of these off for now. Head into the tavern next, turn in Venture Company Mining, and take the spade as a reward as it sells for more.
Glad I could help.
Then head up to the top floor and turn in Skull Splitter tusks.
Talk to me. Hurry back.
And lastly, go to the leatherworking shop on the upper levels and turn in the quest Excelsior.
Keep it real.
And that's it! Head back out of Booty Bay. As soon as you get out, turn left and go towards the coast. We have 2 quests to do at this tiny camp of Bloodsail pirates. We want to kill Pretty Boy Duncan for Catelyn's blade, and we want to talk to the scroll on the barrel here. This means we pretty much need to kill the entire camp. Start off by pulling the raiders. You don't want to charge in or you'll get swarmed, so if you get a mage aggroed on you, pull it as far back as you can just by running away, and then use intercept to stop them from casting. If you're here alone, this is a tough clear, so take it slow. The mages hit pretty hard, so try not to let them get casts off on you. Once you kill Pretty Boy Duncan, loot the blade, and then when you clear the camp, talk to the scroll on the barrel to turn in the Bloodsail Buccaneers and take the follow-up of the same name. Then head west over the bridge and clear along the beach until you start seeing lots of Naga.
I need to get closer. It's too far away.
We need to kill these Naga for 10 Akiris reeds for the quest Akiris by the Bundle. The drop rate for the Akiris reeds isn't that high, and the Naga die pretty slow for us at this level. In addition to killing them for Akiris reed though, we also want to get 10 zesty clam meat. This is for the artisan cooking quest that we'll be doing pretty soon. The clam meat drops more than the reeds, so you shouldn't have trouble getting a stack, but make sure not to accidentally vendor the zesty clam meat.
I can't do that yet. I can't
So once you get the 10 zesty clammy and the Akiris reeds, head back to Booty Bay through the Bloodsail camp. Turn in Bloodsail Buccaneers in the middle of Booty Bay and take the follow-up. Then head into the tavern. First, set Booty Bay as your hearthstone location.
Hey, yeah. Glad I could help.
Then on the second floor, turn in the quest Pretty Boy Duncan. Do not take the follow-up. On the top floor, take the quest Up to Snuff and Tran Wreck.
Interest you on the point? Time is money, friend. Glad I could help.
Then turn in Bloodsail Buccaneers for the follow-up. Jump down towards the bank and turn in Akiris by the bundle and accept the follow-up for that as well. You can also bank the 10 zesty clam meat now to avoid accidentally vendoring it. The clam meat is needed in Gadget's End and there's a bank there as well, so we don't need to keep it in our bags. Clear up your bags and then head up on the ramp to the upper levels. There's one last quest we need to get. It's a little sneaky, so traverse out of Booty Bay on the highest level on the east side, and around the bend of the last house on the upper levels, you should find a quest NPC, Dizzy One Eye, for the quest Keep an Eye Out. Then we will be heading out of Booty Bay. This time, immediately out of Booty Bay, take a hard right towards the shore, and then start going south along the coast. We've got 3 quests to do here. The quest Up to Snuff and Keep an Eye Out are both drop quests off of all the Bloodsail pirates here, so kill them in excess as you put your focus on completing the other quest, Bloodsail Buccaneers. This quest wants you to find 2 parchments around the camps here, Bloodsail Charts and Bloodsail Orders. These spawn randomly all over the beach here, even in the boats that are half in the water, so clear around the camps of single poles and try to locate the papers. When you find them, clear towards them to complete the quest. The mobs themselves can be a bit of a pain. The swashbucklers will disarm you, so hamstring kite them when they do, and the Bloodsail Warlocks hit really hard with their shadow bolts and have pets, so when you engage them, make sure to use Intercept and Pummel to stop them from casting and kill them first before their pets. When you complete Up to Snuff, Keep an Eye Out, and you find the papers to complete the Bloodsail Buccaneers, we will be done here, so then head back to the main road. And then go back to Booty Bay. Turn in the 3 quests around Booty Bay. You can turn in Keeping an Eye Out by turning left as soon as you enter.
Well met.
And then in the tavern, turn in Up to Snuff and the Bloodsail Buccaneers.
How may I aid you?
Do not accept the follow-up of Bloodsail Buccaneers right now. Vendor and clear up your bags as much as you can, and then you will head north out of Booty Bay and start heading towards the Nessingwary camp. You should be level 43 by now, and you need to now have 90 gold. We're on our way to the Nestingwary camp and the rebel camp to turn in quests, but these two conditions also need to be met. If they are not, pick a spot in Stranglethorn Vale and start grinding for experience and money. In my case, I favor the Tigresses for money. You can also grind the goblins to finish your Green Hills pages off, or the trolls, pretty much tons of places to grind that are good. And if you don't have your pages, keep spamming to trade for any missing pages you don't have yet in chat. As you grind your creature of choice to get yourself to 43, or the gold for your mount, we also want to buy something in Darkshire for a cooking quest that costs about 1 gold 50 silver, and ideally we'd like to train Battle Shout or some other abilities that we skipped, so you should actually try to get like 93 gold. So you should still have some money to fly around without having to vendor your gear or something ridiculous like that. My grind ended up taking me 40 minutes and 3 bars of experience to get the last 10 gold that I needed. Once you've got it, head back north to the Nestingwary camp. Turn in Panther Mastery and any Green Hills chapters you manage to acquire.
What can I do for you? Light bless you.
Great to meet you. Safe travels.
Then go north to the rebel camp. Turn in the quest Troll Witchery, then cook the shit out of your stew, and then vendor everything in your bags to see that you finally have the gold for your mount.
King's honor, friend. What can I help you with?
Then we will be doing everyone's favorite run to Darkshire. Woohoo! When you get to Darkshire, go in the tavern and talk to the innkeeper Trelane. Buy a stack of Alterac Swiss, costing you about a gold and a half. We need 20 of these cheese for the cooking quest, along with our zesty meat, but don't let it drop you below 90 gold that you need for your mount. Then, as a human, we are going to head north on the road out of Darkshire towards Elwyn Forest to get our mount. If you are not human, you'll have to get your mount elsewhere, obviously, so skip this step. In Elwyn, go to the East Vale logging camp. And on the northeast side, find the riding trainer. You can practically hear the angels singing as you train. Oh, and buy your horse. Palomino's the best.
Safe
Mount up and ride that bad boy to Lakeshire. Woohoo! Yeehaw! When you get to the Flight Master in Redridge, you should fly to Ironforge. I realize I missed a step after the fact, so I skip it in this guide. So I have no footage of this, but you should fly to Ironforge, and when you land, train any skills you can, and in the war district, the military ward, whatever it's called, in the back of the main building where the warrior trainer is, there should be a quest, the Brassbolt Brothers. It's basically a free 2000 experience, so make sure you grab it, then fly on to Arathi Highlands with me. When you land in Arathi, talk to the wanted poster for the quest Wanted Merez Cowl, then talk to Captain Niels for the quest Stormguard Badges. We need Retaliate badly coming up, so don't use it till I say so. Ride, don't run my friends, ride south out of Refuge Point, west to Stormguard. Then go through the main gate and pass the bridge. And to the left you'll start seeing syndicate mobs. They're level 36 elites. They're green to us, and we are definitely capable of killing the caster types as most classes can because we resist a lot of spells from lower level mobs even when they're elite. Use intercept and pummel to kill the casters and their pets and move west here cautiously. We need to kill them to get badges for the quest Stromguard badges, but as we navigate this area there are some stealth assassin type mobs on the main path. We do not want to aggro the melee elites as we can't really 1v1 them, so avoid the road and stick to the buildings. Use line of sight and bandages and clear your way through the buildings to the east side. At the easternmost building, squeeze through the path between the building and the wall and then go to the south building. Behind the south building you'll find Mara's cowl. She hits really fast and hard, but she flees at 10%. Without retaliate she's extremely hard, but with retaliate you can just face tank her to death. She will kick her own ass because of her attack speed. Then loot her head and then go back out the same way you came. If you still need badges, you can sneak up to the caster inside the building or clear your way back and just wait for respawns.
Not enough rage. That ability isn't ready yet.
Once you get all 7 badges, we are done here, so head at a Stromguard and ride back to Refuge Point. At Refuge Point, turn in Wanted, Mara's Cowl, and Stromguard badges.
Farewell. Have a good one.
Then go back south out of Refuge Point. This time we're going back to Faldir's Cove, south of Stromguard Keep, using the narrow path that leads to the cave and then into the water. Swim across the cove then to the boat. Then talk to the captain to turn in the quest Sunken Treasure and accept the follow-up Death from Below. This is a weird quest that likes to bug out a lot, but the gist of it is that we need to kill 3 waves of 3 Naga. The good news is there is a cannon on the ship that one-shots the Naga, so just run up onto the ship and then fire the cannon. If the cannon isn't working great, make use of the NPCs to have them help you fight the Naga. This quest is either really buggy or really easy, but it gives a lot of experience, so we're gonna do it. Once the 3rd wave dies and the quest completes, hop down and talk to the captain to turn it in. Then hearth back to Booty Bay. On the bottom floor of Booty Bay, accept the quest Whiskey Slim's Lost Grog. Then head to the boat and ride it to Ratchet. In Ratchet, get to the Flightmaster and then just fly straight to Theramore. When you land in Theramore, go into the tavern. Turn in the quest ... and bugs. Then if your first aid is 240, go into the keep and train heavy mage weep bandages. 260 is the next stop for rune cloth.
Need something? Hey there.
Lastly, go to the docks and turn in Akiris by the bundle.
Hello.
Then fly to Gadgetzan.
What can I do for you?
When you land, on the north side, turn in the quest Tran Wreck, but don't take the follow-up.
Talk to me.
Then go north into the Shimmering Flats. That Ironforge quest we got, the Brassbolt Brothers, is a weird one. There's two versions of it. One of them comes from Tinkertown and it gives you 400 experience for coming here. The other one from the war area in Ironforge gives you 2,400. That's why I told you guys to get that one. I have the wrong one, so I'm stupid. When we get to the Mirage Raceway though, in the Shimmering Flats, we're going to turn in the quest. Start by turning in Rumors for Cravel, accept back to Booty Bay, then turn in News from Fizzle from Badlands, and next to him turn in the Brassbolt Brothers, whichever version that you got. Then east, turn in Razorik's Tweaking and accept the quest Safety First and Keeping Pace. Keeping Pace is a bugged quest on this private server I ran this on, but you basically go to the goblins, find a goblin NPC, use him to distract the gnomes, and then loot a thing inside the house and then turn it in for free experience. Once you do all that though, go back south to Gadgetzan. In Gadgetzan, first go into the tavern and talk to the butcher for the 225 cooking quest titled Clamlet Surprise. Then turn in the quest Safety First and take the follow-up, then head southwest out of Gadgetzan. All we're trying to do right now in Tanaris is to complete the cooking quest Clamlet Surprise. You should have the cheese that we bought in Darkshire and the clam meat we farmed in STV. So all we're missing is the giant eggs. These drop off of the rocks that are all around the Tanaris desert, and they usually congregate around the large bones. If you stray too far from Gadgetzan, they start to get pretty high level, so just rotate around the bones and kill the rocks until you get the 12 eggs that you need. The drop rate isn't that bad and you can double pull them. When you get the 12 eggs, go back to Gadgetzan.
Time is money, friend.
Turn in the quest Clamlet Surprise to learn artisan cooking, and from that same vendor, make sure you buy the recipe Tender Wolf Steak and learn it.
Keep it real. What up?
Then mount up and head east towards the coast of Tanaris. Follow the road until you reach Steamweedle Port. In the southern house here, turn in Stolly's Debt, but don't take these quests yet.
Good day to you.
On the north side, check the merchant for the undermined clam chowder recipe. It's literally the only thing that zesty clam meat is good for, and we're about to kill a lot of naga, so get it if you can. Then talk to the troll outside for the quest Screecher Spirits, then ride back to Gadgetzan. And fly to Nigel's Point in Desolus. Good time for a smoke break. It's about a 10-minute flight. Woo! When you land in Nigel's Point, we'll be heading all the way back southwest to Uthek the Wise. This time on our mount though. Ooh. When you get there, turn in the quest on Geku. If you are not level 44 yet, you can accept the follow-up, but if you are 44, skip it. It won't give you any experience. The follow-up being called the quest Khan Gen. This follow-up quest wants us to kill a named mob in the Magrum Centaur camp, so run east to the Magrum, then kill him really quick in his tent.
Not ready yet. Not ready yet.
Then run back to Uthek the Wise for some really easy 3000 experience. It's a bit of tedious running, but we're just about out of quests for a long time, so we ought to milk what we can. Next, ride south into Feralas. Stay on the road in Feralas until it opens up west to the coast. Drop down onto the coast and head to the pier. Now I actually timed this boat. Taking the boat or not, you get to the island at pretty much the same speed. The boat's completely useless to get from the coast to the island. Even if the boat is there and just about to leave as soon as you arrive, it's still faster to swim to the western island than it is to take the boat. So either works. Just get your ass to Feathermoon Isle. When you get there, in Feathermoon Stronghold, in the tavern, talk to Viviana for the Hot Wolf Ribs recipe. Clear up your bags as well. Then, let's gather some quests. Outside the tavern, in the Night Elf Gazebo, grab the Mark of Quality.
Safe travel.
Then in the main lodge, south, take the quest The Missing Courier and the Ruins of Solarsol.
What brings you here?
Then in the easternmost building, take the quest In Search of Knowledge and the High Wilderness on the first floor.
Peace be with you.
Then go upstairs and turn in the Missing Courier for the follow-up. Lastly, head into the big tree building if you're an alchemist. It's in here that we can train Artisan Alchemy to get to 300 alchemy. You'll also need to come here to learn the recipes that'll help you pop off in the later levels, such as Oil of Immolation for warrior AoE tactics. Keep track of your alchemy skill each time you visit Feathermoon and be sure to train. You can also buy some potions from the vendor here, but they are limited stock, so they won't always be there. When you're done with the alchemy vendor though, head southwest out of Feathermoon Stronghold. We're going to make our way to the ruins of Solarsol to the southwest side of the island. Clear through the wolves and the Naga. And at the center of the ruins you should find a Night Elf Gazebo. Talk to it to turn in the ruins of Solarsol and accept the follow-up return to Feathermoon Stronghold. Then, just return to Feathermoon Stronghold. When you get to the lodge, you can hop in from the south side and return to Feathermoon Stronghold, and this will unlock the quest Against the Hate Crest, which you can turn in nearby for the follow-up. This quest wants you to go back to the ruins and kill Naga for their Naga scales. As you get back to the ruins, keep track of these Naga's abilities. You'll notice, like always, Naga are super easy for us to kill, especially these ones. They have low armor, high dodge for overpower. It makes for great grinding targets for warriors. We will be grinding here for a long time in a little bit. We only need to avoid the warriors as they can disarm. The rest of these Naga are very easy for us to kill. Once you get all of the scales you need for Against the Hate Crest, head back to Feathermoon Stronghold. Turn in the quest and accept the follow-up Against Lord Shalzaru. Once you have it, we will go back towards the Naga and the wolves. We want to be at least level 44 for the next quest, so if you are not 44, grind on the Nagas and wolves until you ding. The wolves drop meat that we will need to reach 285 cooking, which we want for a quest at 57. In addition, we need Retaliate for this next quest coming up, so hold on to your Retaliate cooldown or grind until it's off cooldown if it isn't up right now. When you are ready, head off the island on the southwestern side. Our target is the Isle of Dread, south of the Feather Moon Isle. When you get to the northwestern side of the Isle of Dread, you will find more Hatecrest Naga. We need Lord Shalzaru, but he's hiding in the back of the cave here. There's two problems with this. Number one, these Naga in this cave respawn insanely fast. And number two, the serpent guards in this cave like to spam Frost Shock, meaning 2 of them will likely get us killed. We're doing this quest now because it rewards a nice plate helmet, but make no mistake, this quest is very difficult at level 44. Clear your way through these Naga and avoid getting ads through their fleeing mechanic. In the cave is where you have to pay attention to the patrol paths of the serpent guards. The moment you start killing them is the moment you are on the clock because of their respawn timers. Right through the front there is a crossroad in the cave. Left and right are dead ends. We want to go straight up the ramp, but there are many serpent guards around the corners. There's a serpent guard that'll patrol left to right, and one that patrols from the top of the ramp down to the crossroad. Time your pulls to get the patrols down quickly, but one at a time, then deal with the Sork double pull up the ramp.
It's too far away.
When you reach the top of the ramp, clear to the right around the bend to give yourself a bit of breathing room. Swim in the water and clear towards Lord Shalzaru from the water. To pull Lord Shalzaru, rather than shoot him, shoot the ad that's next to him and closest to you. This will make it into a double pull instead of a triple pull. As usual, try to build up rage first, then lure him back until you can intercept in, pop Retaliate and Sweeping Strikes and kill the 2 of them. Loot Lord Shalzaru and then clear your way back outside, which will likely have respawned now, but take your time, we need experience anyway. When you get outside, mount up and then run east to the east end of the island where we will swim straight back east to Feralas. If you enter the water at the wrong spots, the fatigue will kill you before you get to the end, but it's most likely just luck to get in at the right spot. It's still faster to corpse run than to swim around it though, as our next target is a boat on the south end of the coast here. When you get to the coast of Feralas, around the water elementals, look under the water just off the shore to find a wrecked rowboat under the water. Interact with the rowboat to turn in the quest and accept boat wreckage. Then mount up and go north along the coast. Try to avoid these water elementals and leash them as they'll ruin your day if you try to kill any. As you get further north, you should start seeing rogue veil screechers. We need to kill 3 of them. Each time you kill one, make sure you use Yakinya's Bramble, a quest wand, on their corpses. This will make a spirit appear that we need to talk to 3 of to complete the quest's Screecher spirits. Once this is done, ride the boat or swim back to Feathermoon Stronghold. In Feathermoon, turn in against Lord Shalzaru for delivering the relic. And turn that in for Sentinel's Guard Helmet, a beautiful plate helmet which is most likely a big upgrade. Then head into the eastern building to turn in a boat wreckage, accept the quest The Knife Revealed. This will send you up the big tree with the alchemy trainer. Climb up and turn it in for psychometric reading. Then go back to the house and turn that in for the quest Woodpaw Knolls. Now you're likely just a little bit over level 44 now. We need to hit 46 by the end of Feralas because this level bracket just doesn't have enough quests for us that we can handle easily. So, we will be grinding here until level 45, then doing the Feralas quests in the next part of the guide to get to 46. You have a lot of grinding options here as Alliance. This island is great because Horde never come here. The wolves give wolf meat that'll help us max our cooking. We want at least 285 cooking for the final cooking quests, but as warriors, we kill the Naga way faster. You should be able to manage 2.5 kills a minute, sometimes 3, sometimes 2. Which will lead you to go for about a 3 to 4 hour grind session. It's a bit daunting, but it's not that much worse than questing, and it'll set us up for an easy ride to level 50. If you are leveling in a group, you can instead grind on the Naga in Shalzaru's cave. They respawn insanely fast and give more experience because of their level. Alternatively, you can go to the mainland and grind the Yetis or the Ogres. Feralas is chock full of great grind spots. You can buy the spices and find a campfire in Feathermoon to keep your bags clear and cook the meat to get to 285. But that's it for this part of the guide. I feel bad for leaving you guys off grinding, but sometimes, you know, you just gotta suck it up. So we will pick it up in part 14 once you're done grinding to level 45. But until then, I am booping out.